Let's see here. And I think we're live. Hang on. Yep, we are live. Hello, everybody. It's me again, Final Magus, and as you can see here, I am going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's not going to be a regular, boring, well, not boring, but entertaining playthrough. No. I am going to get the perfect ending, and I am going to make sure that at the end, it's not a bad ending. Hello again, Horror Tale Sans. You clicked on really quickly. Nice to see you. I've never played this before, but I have seen people play it, and I am going to be wooing each of the girls before going down the dark road. So basically, I'm gonna, make sure that I don't fail. But before I do that, I also want to do some interesting things in the game that the other streamers have not done. Basically, things that people who went really far in depth into the game have done. So, nice to see you. So, we shall begin. First, I'm going to look up some extra stuff for this specific run so that I don't mess it up. Okay. Got 1, 2, 3. Hang on. Third one. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to the game in a sec. I'm just looking up the preferred words because I don't want to mess it up. So, yep, here we go. Alright, so let's start playing this game now. Alright. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Good thing I am not a children. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Well, I'll be fine. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree you're at least 13 years of age and consent to highly disturbing content. Well, I am 18 and I've seen disturbing shows before, so let's do this. Hello, everybody. So, fun fact, I learned about this about a year ago, but as you can see here, all the girls have white socks except Monica, who has black socks. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I can open up some extra files. Because I know there's files that I'm supposed to be able to open up with this game now downloaded. So let's see, is there anything in here? I can't find anything in here. Do I not have anything yet? I know everyone else was able to open these up, So, yeah, there is an ending where Natsuki jump scares you. Yeah, I've seen that one. And I don't ever want to see it again, because the cracked neck is... yikes. So, let's see. Show local files. I'm trying to get the game files so I can put them on screen. Pretty. Oh, okay, so, I'm gonna head into Steam real quick. Alright, I'm entering Steam into DDLC. Let's see, properties. Browse local files. Okay, got it. So, program files. Alright. I should keep this up. Let me just add it on screen real quick. Okay, that's not the one. Hang on. Huh. That's odd. In this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find a special day? Not display capture. Well, I can't put it on screen because I don't know how to put it on screen. So, alright. I just heard a glitch. I don't like that. Alright, so, let's see. don't know how to get it. Let's go into, like, if I press image. Okay, I think I have a solution to this problem. So, program files. Theme. Hang on, let me figure out what it is. Steam apps common. Okay. There's a lot here. Okay. Alright, that's not gonna work. I honestly, for the heck of it, can't figure out how to get this on screen. Well, let's just play the game, I guess. Like, if I'm not gonna be able to figure out, then how am I supposed to do this? How to get... Alright, let's... Gang File Explorer on OBS. Okay, let's try that. So, game capture specific window. That doesn't work. It's not working. Let's see. No, it's not working. I don't think it is. No, it's alright, Horrortail Sans. I've been trying extremely hard to get it on screen, but I can't. Do you know how you get File Explorer on, oh crap, hang on. Something's wrong with my camera. Alright, hang on, let me just get it back. That was odd. Alright. Okay, so it looks like I'm not gonna be able to show it on screen, which kinda sucks, but what can you do? Alright, so, anyways, I'm just gonna play through the game normally, and then when I'm done streaming the entire series, I'm gonna re-download it and show all the extra cool stuff that way instead, because it's not gonna show on stream, which is kind of sad. Alright, so let's just hop right into it. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But if you did wait for me after all, I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't even been looking. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Wow, we're playing a really douchey character here. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Sayori, I'm not going to college. We talked about this. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Oh, Sayori. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left. I thought I'd catch up with you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to weigh up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Well, I mean, if it was actually me in-game, I'd like literature. I mean, it's not my favorite subject, but I did okay in school with that, so I don't see why I wouldn't. There's actually 5 people in the world before every girl's the main character. Yeah, that is true. This was made to be a, I forget the name of it, interactive novel? That's not the right name for it, but I know it's something like that, so of course there's only going to be 5 characters in it. And even then, apparently the player character doesn't have a model. So yeah. So anyway, here's my plan. I'm going to start off by wooing Natsuki, and then before Sayori does seppuku, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the game, and then I'm gonna woo Sayori, and then before she does it again, I'm gonna go back to the beginning of the game, woo Yuri, and then play the game normally. That's pretty much how you get the perfect ending. You look at all of the CGI special scenes for each character, for each of the 3 main girls other than Monica, which is kind of depressing. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Allow a long sigh. So, I'm gonna save it here so that I can come back to this point and then start on each of the girls again. So let's return. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Yeah, she's talking about Natsuki. I'm gonna start with Natsuki first, Sayori next, then Yuri last. And when I do all of the CGI scenes, I'll play again as normal. Because if I play this correctly, the ending should be a little bit different. Because I've seen the ending be different on another video, so I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Well, hello, Yuri. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll focus on the face instead. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Final Magus. What a surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Plus, she's the reason I sold my soul for a cupcake. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I mean, I can see how she's the smartest. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh, well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... yeah. Honestly. They move? Alright, let me just collect my thoughts real quick. So basically, the few sentences I just read, they get moved to the beginning of Acts 2 because you meet Monika there instead of Sayori. So, that's something that changes. You too, Monika. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen fluffy white cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. What a weeb. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate used to make the ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the game is really super cute. And it's really fun. Probably a little bit over saccharine, but it's fun. But it's really good. And then the dark happens and it makes you think, holy heck, go back. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to eat it? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Of course she made it herself, player. What the hell are you talking about? This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Yes. You've heard this in multiple tsundere girls before. Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know. Dummy. Alright. Hey, Colin. Hey. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Let me just lower the volume a little bit. Like the music has been blaring in my ears for a little bit. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I mean, I'd like that. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. While tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Let's look in the chat. A tea or a coffee? Honestly, I would pick either, but I have more tea in my house than coffee, so I'd pick tea, but if I was out, I'd pick coffee. Alright, so Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't even joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun, and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major club. Thank you, goddammit, someone hates politics as much as I do. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and the publicity and how to prepare for the events, and I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That's nice. You know, I honestly probably would have picked you if you weren't trying to get with me already. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not that many people are very interested in pulling out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. And here we have the entire roster. Which one do you pick? The tsundere, the yandere, the best friend, or the overall best character? Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, you know, I like reading novels, I like reading manga, pretty much most books, as long as the story grabs my attention and keeps me the entire way through. But of course, that's not what this character is gonna say, is it? Okay, hang on. Oops. Switch screens. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Oh my gosh, she's like a bloodhound. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh, hell yeah. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading, which honestly, I'd read those kinds of books as well. In fact, I have. I've read all 8 Harry Potter books, if you include the new one. I've read the Aragon books, I've read the Lord of the Rings books, and the Hobbit books, even though I don't remember those as much. I like fantasy in general, and I think Yuri's interests are up my alley. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way Her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? I mean, that can happen. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, here we go. The horror books. I've honestly not read a lot of horror, but I did read one horror book and I finished it in 3 to 4 days because I liked how the story was going. Hey, Dad.
Today's a good shower day, right? You have any clothes to do?
Not much.
How about you?
I'll shower and keep the shirt because honestly, this shirt.
You can't wear it forever, you know. Wash the shirt.
Okay, alright. I'm wearing an Among Us shirt. I like this shirt. That's why I picked dark green as my color the other day. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. It's like the player is saying, go talk to a wall in their head. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Excuse me. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, Natsuki. It's too bad you got put in the wrong game. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you're working on a poem called Don't Say Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I think they're cute. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Hang on. I think I'm gonna save it at the first writing part. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Oh, good. I can finally take a break of reading. The time just reached 4444. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now we have a new member. I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, Player, what are you doing? Don't you dare say it. He's gonna say it. Huh? What's that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. You idiot. You idiot. Come on. You've got 4 incredibly attractive and really nice girls right here. Why wouldn't you join the club? What's wrong with you? Let's save it. Yes, let's overwrite it here, because, Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Oh, you're gonna make them all sad now. I still have other clubs to look at, I lose my train of thought. Oh, they're all pissed at you now. They stare back at you with dejected eyes. I'm not a part of this. But I'm sorry, I thought... Dude. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. Or at least you are. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? You don't have to, just say yes. You don't say no to 4 incredibly attractive girls in a club about reading and writing. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Finally. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Yeah, you don't just go to a club for a cupcake and then just say you're not going to join. You don't sell your soul for a cupcake on a whim. You guys talking, or... Oh, something happened. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Final Magus, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Sure you will, buddy, until one of them visits. But let's not worry about that right now. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yes, one at a time. Let's start with Cupcake Girl, then the best friend, then the breast friend, and then we can get into the horror. You can do a poem, Horror Sans? Alright, go ahead. Oh wait, do you mean you can write a poem, or do you want to do one of these poems? I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts writing a poem tonight. Alright. This is the most important part of a game. Alright. This is the most important part of Doki Doki Literature Club because I have to cater to one girl at a time per playthrough. I have to start with one and only focus on one. And then, before Sayori decides to off herself, I have to go all the way back and then start on another girl. Then do the same thing for the last girl and then just play as normal. Alright, so since we're doing Natsuki first, I'm gonna see what words she likes best. Alright. There's hair, papa, existence, bubbles, uncanny green. Is papa preferred? Yes, papa is a preferred word. Let's go with papa. There we go. Let's see. Waterfall. There we go. Games. Marshmallow. What? Hop? I think she likes, yeah, hop. Out. Kawaii. Here we go. Sugar. Yeah. Cheeks. Cheeks. Hang on. Blanket. Yes, that's one. Candy. Ribbon. Fluffy. Bunny. Chocolate. Email. Cute. Parfait. Anime, of course. Doki Doki, yes, perfect Natsuki poem. Let me just plug in my laptop real quick. Hi again, Final Magus. Hello, Monica. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry about it. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. See where he told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. Wow. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, she plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. He always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? The two of you can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, you're even brought you something today, you know? Wait! Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. Why is it? Never mind. Sayori may sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, I did. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Guess that means that's on me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into your bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss if you wanted. This is How's This Girl Accidentally Being So Cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Did you beat Luxord again? Luxord's too easy. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You're looking for something in here? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Uh-huh. Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. True. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst the various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Okay. She snatches it out of my hand, then turns to the box of manga and slips the volume right back into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. You speak Spanish? Cool. I'm not that good at Spanish. I try to be, but I don't really know too much. Alright. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait girls? Yes, parfait is one of the words she likes. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out my demographic or it's just terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, she pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. Features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out the closet. Shan takes a seat against the wall, beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Come on, get closer. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the space she hopes I wouldn't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously, you'd think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where Seth's with a guy at an ice cream shop. Okay, that doesn't happen. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. I mean, if you like it, good for you. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and some romance starts to happen. Natsuki and Cherry. That's what makes it really good. There are so many touching parts. I think I took that the wrong way. There's so many touching parts. There's... Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait a minute. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. It just meant I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well... Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah... Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoyed baking too, right? It's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's just a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? There's a CGI scene right there. This is what we're going for. Stuff like this. A CGI scene like this, or any of the others that happen afterwards. That's what we're looking for when we're going for specific characters. We read on for a few more minutes, finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Huh? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, huh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. Much less friends who are also into it. Oh no, you're leaving? Okay. Thanks for watching the stream. I'm just going to continue through this game as normal in the meantime, but thank you for showing up. It means a lot. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you guys agreeing or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. She puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. Why is she exactly like you? You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky, but it gets especially bad when... Oh, I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, but that makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Huh? Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. She suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Well, yeah, but Monica just said... Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is it really alright? I say that mostly because I really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow? I only got part way through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return to where I put myself and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. You can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. So, realistically, I'd want to share with Natsuki first, but I want to look up everything to make sure this run works out. Oh, jeez, can you stop doing that? Okay, so... Alright, let's continue. Just had to look something up. Let's start with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Huh? Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, damn it. Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. There isn't anything you don't like, is there, Natsuki? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's why I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Ah! Her retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure I never actually say that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Yeah.
Masterpiece, me.
I told you you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks a ring has to be all sophisticated and stuff. I mean, it needs to be at least a little bit to me. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? It ranks that wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about Simple Ring is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. People can try, but that's about it. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, now did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Now we go down the line. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club eat room. Oh wait, Sayori isn't saying that, I'm thinking it. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. You're saying the exact same thing as me. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Who's taking the first shower?
I mean, I guess that'll be me, but I gotta finish this day first.
Okay.
It's a, kind of novel game.
Oh, that's cool.
Except there's a twist in it where it becomes really, scary and dark and tragic. Because one of the characters is sentient and deletes the other characters.
Oh, no. Okay. So you're gonna take a shower?
Yeah.
Okay. And, so next time you die, you can take a shower, okay? What I'm trying to do is spread out the showers so that all the hot water doesn't disappear at once.
Okay.
Okay, so Laura just took one.
Alright.
Now somebody else needs to take one, okay? So finish your day and then go get it. And then Colin, when he's done, you go, okay?
Alright. Love you, Mom.
So you're gonna share the room with the baby?
No.
No, I can put the crib right over there.
No.
I want the baby boy. Are you sure? Because the baby will wake up at 3 or 2 or 3 in the morning every night. Okay. Oh my god, it would be so hard. I would never do that to you. You need your sleep. Oh, honey, okay. Oh, okay, give me the ear. I just wanted to check on you. How do they feel? They feel fine. They feel like you just know. Perfect. Nothing in your head? Nothing in
What
your
are
head?
the settings? Okay, let's come back to it. Sorry, my mom and little sister came in. If you didn't see the first video on my second channel, then I'm just gonna say it outright in this stream. My mom's pregnant with another child, so that's fun. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Ah, you're right. But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Yuri next. She already doesn't like it. Sorry, Yuri. I'm saving you for last, I swear. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess I might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a little while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that their specific writing habits are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noble thing I recognize in new writers is that they try and make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible oh, come on, Yuri. Your handwriting's really good. I could never dream to have that good handwriting. But I guess that's a problem with the school structure now, isn't it? Like, here I am. I've graduated and I can't... Well, you're still in school and I can't even have good handwriting. Mine is okay. Yours is eloquent. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Well, it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point then. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences into their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Okay, now we just have Monica. Let's see what Monica's response is. It's probably gonna be the same for each girl since we can't woo Monica over no matter how hard we try. Which is kinda sad because I would've liked that option. Hi, Final Magus. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Final Magus. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think something Natsuki would write. Oh, so her response does change. Okay. And she's a good writer, too, so take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So Avatar: The Last Airbender. So you're saying that Natsuki's kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else may be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. That's a complete lie, Monica. You know you're very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched, with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style hasn't gotten popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I know what the inspiration is. You know you're sentient and you admire the player, but unfortunately the game won't let you be a candidate. Which kinda sucks, because out of all of you, I probably would have picked you. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, which they're definitely not. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, and Yuri smiles sadly. Here we go. What's with this language? Can't read any of this. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. She dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and he liked it too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And he liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that he appreciates my advice more and he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he appreciated my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would be deliberately going out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size as soon. Oh no. No. Natsuki. Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's just trying to make me look back. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing's more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making her poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also waste. You understand that, right? Well? How I get dragged into this in the first place. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's gonna be, well, I mean, for this playthrough, I guess we're gonna have to go with Natsuki on this one. If it'll let me. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that... I racked my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. Lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. And sharing it can be definitely hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. I've never actually heard this music before, like in everything I watched. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri? Huh? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyways, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. Huh? I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Final Magus. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So joining my club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. Huh? About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Silly me. Well, I guess that's why you're vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. Oh yeah, so I don't know if this music plays, if Sayori helps out, or if Yuri is the one I pick. It's been a while since I actually saw that scene in Act 1. I usually see it in Acts 2 or 3. Yeah. So, there's that. How would you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. How about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. And not to myself with newfound determination. Hey, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? About what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, not at all. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Whew. You know, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Hey, I'm gonna take that shower real quick. Every day's gonna be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Time to save it again. Alright. Well, that was my first live stream of DDLC. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Let me just end the stream.